Sorry, I was just trying to make sure the sky wasn't falling. Senator Kamala Harris, Democrat of California, on Thursday criticized fellow White House hopeful Pete Buttitrash as being a bit naive, accusing him of making a comparison between the struggles of black and LGBTQ Americans during Wednesday night's Democratic debate in Atlanta. She added that it is not productive for those struggling for civil rights to compare our struggles. Those of us who have been involved in civil rights for a long time, we know that it is important that we not compare our struggles, Harris said during a Black Women Power breakfast hosted by Higher Heights, a national political organization for black women that has endorsed Harris, CBS News reported. It is not productive, it is not smart, and strategically it works against what we need to do, which is build coalition. We know that in our ongoing fight for civil rights, if any one of us starts to differentiate ourselves in a certain way, and in particular what he did on the stage, it's just not productive. And I think it's a bit naive. Harris continued. During the Wednesday debate, Buttitrash said he welcomes the challenge of connecting with black voters in America who don't yet know me, citing experience as a mayor, his faith, and his experiences as a gay man. While I do not have the experience of ever having been discriminated against because of the color of my skin, I do have the experience of sometimes feeling like a stranger in my own country, turning on the news and seeing my own rights come up for debate, Buttitrash said. Okay, so Harris got it right. I knew a person who almost for no reason whatsoever would keep saying, no one's had it as bad as black people, no one's had it as bad as black people. And it would always strike me as weird because I would think about the Holocaust, the treatment of the Palestinians, the current genocide of Yemen civilians by Saudi Arabia and its allied forces, including the U.S. And when you know about those different events, even if you don't think one is, and you know, if we start actually talking about casualties, we can easily say one of those was worse, objectively speaking, in terms of the murders. But the point is, if you can name multiple other horrifying, uh, large portion of an ethnic group or some country afflicting events, it makes comments like that seem really, uh, what's a good word for it, ignorant. And whenever you talk about how one group hasn't had it as bad as another, it's so unnecessary. I mean, I don't know why people can't just say this group has had a hard time because of such and such. This other one has had a difficult time because whatever else. Like you just we don't need to have comparisons over everything, but people have a they try to make connections between stuff and make things that are unrelated work in tandem with each other. So I'm glad Harris pushed back against Blue the Trash. I'm not a supporter of hers in the slightest capacity, but I have to give her credit where it's due.